Thank you. Welcome. Today is Thursday, October 9th, 2025. It is 3 p.m. We're at our town council meeting at Parnell Street. This is a public meeting held under Section 34 of the Planning Act is declared open. The applications on the public meeting agenda today are for public consultation purposes only and will address the future addressed at future council meeting. No decision is being made on these applications today. Come on in, grab a seat at the back there. If you just sign in too, please. There's a sheet there. Yeah, please, thank you. No decision is being made on these applications today. All those present at this public meeting will have the opportunity to speak in favor or in opposition of the applications. Any and all comments, information submitted, whether orally or in writing, including identifiable information, becomes part of public record and could be made publicly available at any point, including on the township's website and other electronic forms of publication, in accordance to the Planning Act requirements. That's the required reading. At this time, I will ask staff to please describe the purpose and effect of the proposed zoning bylaw amendment related to file number Zulu Bravo 2506.9 submitted by Prime Road Machineries, Inc., and summarize any written comments received. Planner, please.
Okay, so this will be me. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah.
So this application is a site-specific zoning amendment for the property at 4988 Calabogie Road, which is currently zoned highway commercial. The owner operates a power sports and small engine repair business, and there's also a small apartment unit located above the garage. Under the township zoning bylaw, an accessory dwelling is permitted in the highway commercial zone, but not when it's in the same building as the automotive use. So because the apartment is within the same building as the repair business, an amendment is needed in order to recognize it. So in terms of policy and planning context, the details are outlined in the staff report, but in short, the proposal is consistent with the provincial planning statement and the county official plan. It is within a designated settlement area. The property is already developed and serviced, and there are no environmental or compatibility concerns. It also helps contribute to the local rental housing supply. So in terms of the effect of this amendment, it's relatively simple. What we're trying to do is create a special site-specific zone called highway commercial exception, which will allow for the one accessory dwelling unit within a building that also contains a commercial garage or automotive service station to be permitted. So just to note that if the application proceeds to be approved, the owner will still be required to go through site plan control and obtain building permits to make sure everything meets building and fire safety standards.
Thank you. Yeah, in a sec. Oh, good. Pardon me? Oh, yeah, now's a good time, I think. I'll turn to our CAO. Yep. Sure, go ahead.
Good, thank you. So I just wanted, in terms of public transparency for the meeting, to declare that my wife Sharon Trenholm and I own the adjacent property to this position, the Calabogie Mini Storage, and there is no pecuniary interest. There's no bearing on our property in terms of the decision here either way. But from public transparency, I just wanted to indicate that we do own that property, but the proceedings here have no influence on the value or the intended use of our property. Thank you.
Thank you. Does the applicant or their representatives wish to speak in regards to the application? Certainly. If you would please just come up to the table, press the button so the light's green, and just state your name for the record, please.
Well, my name's Kevin Atmansky. I'm the proud owner of 4988 Calabogie Road. I purchased it in 2022 with the intentions of opening a small engine shop in this village. My reason for being here today really is wondering why I'm being held to a certain standard when that apartment was there for 2 decades. That apartment was there, and all of a sudden now I'm having to pay out of pocket for a zoning change that should have already been in place, because in my eyes, a kitchen is far more dangerous than a small engine shop. Something I've learned through this process is that the township does not recognize small engine shops here. They're only categorized as automotive. Automotive takes you into a completely different insurance category, sometimes quadrupling or more the cost of insurance. I'm not in that business anymore. I have a tenant, Ryan Desjardins, that runs Ryan Power Sports. Basically, it's going to get to the point where he's not going to be able to afford to run a business out of there paying $35,000, $45,000 a year in insurance. He's not an automotive shop. He doesn't work on automotive stuff. He works on skidoos, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, maybe the odd time. He can fill you in later anyways on that stuff. I'm wondering why I'm being held to a certain standard and having to pay. Let's be clear, I brought an engineer in to tell me what I have to do to fire code the building. It's going to be almost impossible. I need to put 4 sheets of 5/8 drywall thick on all ceilings underneath the apartment, and then where the back end of the first addition ends, straight up to the peak. That's 8,000, the equivalent of 8,000 square feet of drywall, weighs 33,000 pounds. Never gonna happen unless I go back and re-engineer the building itself. So I'm not trying to dodge any of this stuff. I certainly want to comply, but I would like the township to be a little more lenient and work with us. This is gonna take some time to do. I truly believe that if we don't see some of the right answers or get the feeling that the township's going to work with us, he'll be gone and there'll be no more business out of there. The business will stand empty as far as I'm concerned. And that would be probably by the end of this year, I would think. I know the township is trying to reorganize itself. I grew up around here. I know what happens around here. Pretty loosey-goosey in my terms, as far as how things went on here for decades. So I'm just wondering why I'm held to this standard when, and I'm not going to mention any businesses, but I know businesses that aren't in the correct zoning areas, that have septic issues, that have all these things. And I don't hear anybody complaining about those guys. At one point, Ryan's considering buying the property. If this doesn't go right, that sale of that building will be done. It won't happen. At one point, he decided, well, because it almost becomes easier not to run a small engine business out of there, just from dollar point of view. We'll be the better part of $50,000 deep by the time this gets all done. There is a way to fireproof the back end of the building. He'd have to give up some space in the shop and just go with a straight wall up to the peak. For a fraction of it's probably going to be in the 30,000 range. In the meantime, he had kind of decided maybe he would forget about the small engine business and add a couple extra dwellings, maybe 2-3 more apartments, which, from what I can see, the village kind of needs some small dwellings, simple dwellings for people to live in. And quite frankly, from that point on, we were told we got a whole new list of questions sent to us, one of them being, explain your septic system, explain how big it is, and I have no records of the septic system. And so we took that request back because the township told me they had no records of the septic system. In the meantime, they've come up with them. I have not actually looked at them yet. But that septic system, and I phoned the guy, Doug Norton put it in, Calabogie boy, and he told me all the different specifications required. A three-bedroom family home requires 1,600 liters consumption a day. That restaurant over there was set up for 80 seats plus at 120 liters per day. And all the township was worried about at that point was, is our septic big enough to handle 3 one-bedroom apartments? It shouldn't ever even been an issue. If somebody just looked up the file here and found their septic system, they would have figured out that it's 9,000 liters a day. Pardon me?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Oh,
2 minutes left.
Oh, I'm timed, am I? Anyways, I hope the township wants to work with us. I hope they're gonna consider giving us 6, 8, 10 months, because that's what it might take. If it doesn't happen that way, I'm assuming that Ryan's gonna move his business elsewhere, and the building will sit stagnant. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have you had the chance to sign in?
Nope.
If you could sign in, please, and then I'll get you to state your name. Oh, once you sit down in front of the mic and the camera. Yes? Are you,
I'm talking to the same points.
yeah, it's an applicant and representative still, isn't it? Well, that's what I'm gonna ask. Now, you're part of the application
Yes,
and representative?
yes.
Okay. If you just state your name and,
My name is Jen Eastwood,
okay,
and I'm here to kind of go at this at a slightly different angle. I understand that you need to have checks and balances as far as it goes for the buildings in this neighborhood, the businesses that are run in this neighborhood. But here's the deal. In order to, and I've had these emails, I do want to say these emails have been shared with many council members, maybe not all, but some. So I had an email from Tracy, and I think it'd be just easier to read the emails, if that's okay. So, hi Ryan. We are open to creating a new definition for your specific use. If you want to propose some wording, that would be helpful. This does, however, still require a zoning amendment to add a new definition as a permitted use on the property and to allow an apartment in the building. It does not exempt you from compliance with the relevant provisions of the building code and fire code, and property is still subject to site plan control approval. If you want to proceed this way, a zoning amendment application form will be needed to be revised and now indicate you are proposing a new defined use on the property and then propose some wording for our consideration. Here was my follow-up. Hi Tracy, I think you missed the point. We are not asking you to amend only our site zoning specifically to allow power sports and small engine repair, but to amend the highway commercial zoning for everybody, not just us. We are asking that.
just, we're not speaking to that today. We're speaking to the application.
And this is relevant to
before
the
us.
application before you. This is
Okay.
100% relevant.
Okay, let's get to,
Okay, so I'll just paraphrase the rest of it. So here's
Yeah.
the deal. Per your current highway permitted uses, you're using definitions that do not apply to us and several other businesses in this township. We need permitted uses to include small engine repair and recognize that, and that's a town-wide thing that needs to happen, and power sports engine repair, because those are completely separate to automotive. Under the Highway Traffic Act, automotive includes the only things within power sports under the Highway Traffic Act that would then mean that we were an automotive service station, which we clearly are not. We don't work on cars or trucks. But because of that, you zoning as that, if we didn't work on side-by-sides that were registered to the road or ATVs that were registered to the road, we are no longer a highway commercial garage or commercial service station as you're trying to define us. There is actually no definition in the township of Greater Madawaska that fits what we do, or several other businesses that will remain unnamed, but you guys need new defined terms, and that's where we fall in. And the reason you need that is per the Municipal Act of Ontario, Section 8, you're not applying it consistently across the board, and then you're contravening Section 273 of the Municipal Act because it states that a bylaw may be quashed for exceeding statutory authority, can become void for vagueness, and misapplies or overreaches a defined term. We are misapplied and overreached by calling us a commercial garage or commercial service station. We simply are not. If we stopped working on ATVs and side-by-sides tomorrow, this meeting would not be needed because we would be in compliance with your current highway commercial zonings, and it wouldn't matter about the apartment, it wouldn't matter about the business going on, because we're no longer under this commercial garage that you guys are putting us in. And I'll put that in air quotes because we are not a commercial garage for automotive. So Section 73 has actually been tested and tried several times in court. Section 273 provides you would fail on the grounds of Section 273 if we challenged you on it. And there's case law to support that with Uber Canada versus Toronto, which was a business avoided being incorrectly classified under the municipal definition and won. There's Club Link versus Oakville, a case that reinforces that municipalities can't overreach in how they define and apply the bylaws. And then you've got Toronto v. Poulet, a case cited repeatedly in Ontario zoning bylaws. And that relates to the fact that a business, again, was incorrectly zoned, which is what we would be. And I'm pretty sure on those bases, you would fail. If we went up against you, you would fail. And it would be a waste of everyone's time and money. And that's not what we want here. We want to work with you, but in order to work with you, you have to apply Section 8 uniformly. You cannot just single us out, which is what's going on right now. We are being singled out. If we weren't, there's 3 other businesses here in town that I would see having the same issue with us. So, and they are all currently in residential 1 zonings, and some of you use them. Just saying. So we want to be part of the solution. So part of that, I then sent Tracy proposed definitions for power sports and repair and small engine repair and service. I sent those to her, and they are compliant with the Municipal Act as written. And that obviously is very important. You have to be compliant with the Municipal Act of Ontario. So those have all been sent to her. So all of that is to say, this meeting shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't have to rezone. We shouldn't have to change anything. All that should have to happen is that the township creates 2 new defined terms that fit the whole township, and then you go into highway commercial and you amend the permitted uses for everybody. And that's not what's happening. It is a simple and easy solution. You create new defined terms, you add it as a permitted use to highway commercial, and everyone goes on happy.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, I think that covers it. I'll let Ryan challenge the next part.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Are there any other applicants or representatives that wish to speak?
Hi, Ryan Desjardins, owner of Ryan's Power Sports and Marine. I'm not here to humor a conversation with a bunch of people that want to label me as something I'm not. Lanark's 15 minutes down the road. My customers will follow me. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other applicants or representatives? There are none seen. Okay. Does anyone wish to speak in relation to the amendment? If so, please come forward and state your name and address for the record. You will have the maximum of 5 minutes to provide your comments. We ask that once the first speaker has presented, any subsequent speakers limit their remarks to new concerns or comments that have not already been raised to ensure everyone has the opportunity to be heard and the discussion remains focused.
Am I allowed to approach now as a member of the public because I own a second address here in town and speak as a member of the public on this subject?
If you would like to, you know what, the latitude's there. We haven't got many people here today, so let's go. You've got 5 minutes.
I'll try and keep it short. So I'm actually now going to speak to you. I'm Jen Eastwood. I will speak to you of 1098 Barryvale Road in Calabogie, and I'm now speaking to you as a member of the public and as a taxpayer of this municipality. I do not agree with this zoning amendment. It is unnecessary. The last set of people, including myself, have given you reason as to why it's unnecessary, and I oppose it. Thank you.
Thank you.
It wasn't clear, I opposed that, by the way.
Does anyone else wish to speak? 5 minutes? No. If there are no further comments from the public, sorry, we're missing a piece here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, it's just a different format than I'm used to.
Have a good day.
All right, take care. If there are no further comments from the public and/or council. Does council have a chance to? This is the new wording's got me.
Do you want me to speak?
Yeah, Clerk, if you could interject for a sec.
That it's a hearing.
Yep. Yep. Okay. We're just listening today, okay. So if there's no further comments from the public and/or council, please note that any persons wishing to receive a notice of the decision regarding the application be considered, it must be sent in an email request to the township office immediately following this meeting. And in cases that said requests must be received prior to the date of the decision of council on this matter. We'll now move to the next application. At this time, I will ask staff to please describe the purpose and effect of the proposed zoning bylaw and amendment related to the file number Zulu Bravo 2506.10, submitted by Alana, I believe it's Chismore, is that correct pronunciation? I apologize if it's not. And summarize any written comments received. Planner, please.
Thank you. So the purpose of this proposed zoning bylaw amendment is to rezone the property located at 5258 Murphy Road from rural to rural exception 57 to permit a pet grooming business as a home occupation within the existing dwelling. The effect of the amendment is to allow the property owners to operate a small-scale service-based business from their home while maintaining the property's primary residential use. The business will be conducted entirely within the existing dwelling, no external changes to the building or any outdoor storage, and there is no anticipated increase to traffic or noise. Therefore, the operation will continue to remain secondary to the residential use and will continue to be compatible with the surrounding rural residential properties. To date, we've received no written comments associated with this application.
Thank you. Does the applicant or their representative wish to speak in regards to the application? There are none seen. Does anyone wish to speak in relation to the amendment? If so, please come forward, state your name, address for the record. Please note you will have a maximum of 5 minutes to provide comments. There are none seen. If there are no further comments from the public.
I'm going to comment as the
sorry.
public.
Sorry, is it, if you'd like to state your name and how you're in relation to this.
I'm Jen Eastwood. I'm just a member of the public and a municipal taxpayer, 1098 Berryville Road. And I actually want to question why she's having to rezone, given that it's a RU zoning, and an RU zoning permits home cottage uses. It's another example of you guys having overreach in how you're applying your defined terms and how you're applying your zoning. It's a problem. Thank you very much. And I do support their application. I think it's a very useful thing to have in the town.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? No. All right, if there are no further comments from the public and/or council, please note that any persons wishing to receive a notice of the decision regarding the application being considered must send an email request to the township office immediately following this meeting. In all cases, said request must be received prior to the date of the decision of council on this matter. This therefore completes the public meeting process for these applications. Council will give careful consideration to the comments received on the applications. I now declare this public meeting closed at 3:25 p.m. Thank you for all who attended and who have watched. And Ashley, thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Hope to meet you in person next week.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
All right, thank you.
Okay.